Hello, Virgo, and welcome to your reading with me, Melissa Joy. What are we going through here? This is a background outlay from Anyways, it's coming from the reading Expecting the Unexpected. When I was starting this week's zodiacs, that reading pushed itself out first, and it's kind of like the birthing and the breaking of the waters so that the rest of us could channel and move right on through. And now this is no longer that airy fairy woo-woo, I'm going to have it all in the invisible and I'm just going to keep feeling it, moving towards it, because many of us have been waiting such a long time to actually inherit here in the earth. And they're saying this is real. They're saying stop, collaborate, and listen. So let's get on in. These seem to want to talk. At the bottom, we have the sorcerer. Right there, we have the giveaway. So let's see what the sorcerer is trying to tell us. How do we truly connect with ourselves? And now sorcery or magic or conjuring isn't all this, it's really could be like, or like macaroni and cheese for dinner, and you go and make it, right? It's giving yourself permission to have what it is that you desire. Everything within, I would say reason, meaning, not that there's a reasonable or unreasonable part, but it is, well, let's just walk it on out, okay? So we have Time Master. I've been having a bit of a grudge with him lately. I am like Big Papa, Big Daddy. You think you're so big. I'm going to show you who I am. You have pushed me around for the last time, and maybe you're feeling the same. You're like, where's my money? Where's my health? Where is my HELP? Where are the systems that work for me? How do I keep getting kicked out? How do I keep getting stomped down? Where can we go to lift this thing up and get on an equal playing field? The soul, apparently. Interestingly enough, see that chrysalis at the top? That's actually the chrysalis of a monarch butterfly. And that big cold spell that passed through around Christmas time for all of us. I had one out here that survived it. And this morning while I was at work, it emerged from the chrysalis. So it's amazing. You could go through hell and high water and still come out alive. So they're talking about everything that you dream and desire is a possibility. They're wanting you to jump on that track, that trajectory, that rail. And it's saying maybe that's why they stopped at the reason, is you're trying to work within reason and stay small instead of getting into the things that are really undergirding you. Like you see that it's those things that are the fabric of your being, that maybe you're just kind of going along with things that are more up in the mind instead of getting down into the things that would make you go, that's right. So you saying, girl, give me some tea leaves. Let's get on in here and see what is here at the bottom. That's interesting. Declare, just like you were saying. Be careful. Do not take risks. Maybe it's that you've been holding it back and thinking that it's not the right time or the right place for it, or you're not with the right person, or maybe you don't have the right funding or the right connections. And it's all this kind of teetering and tottering about, which is interesting because this is sitting over here with the Judgment card. And this is coming out like a receptive pen, should we say. So I would say dip your pen in the inkwell and let's see what begins to tell its story. Some of you may want to get involved in automatic writing. And some of you may want to do channel drawings. Even don't judge what comes out of you. It's amazing when you begin to do it and you stay out of judginess, not judgment and clarity. Judginess, then the judgment comes, the clarity comes. And you begin to sit with it and you see what you're really seeing. Kind of like if you went on a walk and you're meditating and you're wondering, what's happening in my life? What am I going to do? How's this going to work out? Instead of doing it like a where there isn't a true listening, go in and say, what is happening? I'd like you to show me. I'm going to go on this walk, speak to my heart, open up my eyes, help me to see and hear and know and feel where we're going. Even if it's not specifics, beginning to feel that disconcerting energy smooth on out into peace, beginning to feel the crunchiness around you fade off and smooth out and run off in a flow. Those are things that would get you excited. So how did this camel get out here on top of this? Persevere and you will overcome problems. But see, that's that grip holding on to you, being weighted down, being held back by some of this fear charge. And they were telling me the other day, they said, what we do not understand, we fear. So, saying, don't go searching, look within. So I think it does have a lot to do with those taking those moments instead of the I mean, why is this happening? Why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to me? You ask, okay, so this difficult thing is going on, or this thing that I'm unsure of is presenting itself to me. I would like some clarity and some insight, because she kicked herself back out. Now, what is wild is I shuffled these cards. I separate them and I shuffle them, and the Death card and the Queen of Swords came out. So you may want to check out the Leo reading to get a little backstory as to what's going on here, all right? And it might fill in the gaps for you. A little birdie told me, but that's that clarity coming on in, is beginning to trust yourself. And so you could start with the simple or the mundane. You could start with as simple as what would you like to eat, and then making that happen. A little local foray you would like to go on to maybe see the local farmers market. Go and do it. So this is a whole new year, and they're talking about New Year's revolution, not just a resolution, something that you say, something that you think, but this revolution is something that rises up through you and moves you forward into it, because it's often the moving into that we get the next clue, we get the inkling, we get the insight, we get these things that start to mend themselves and bring themselves and merge themselves together into an understanding that we couldn't formulate out of human type understanding. It's something that occurs as we begin to live and trust. I like that, Virgo. So Virgoing. Okay, the most difficult part of a situation is over. Now that is fantastic. It's where the rainbow is winding down and it's bringing itself together. It's almost becoming this cable, this magnetic cable braid, and when it weaves itself together, it's like the mending of your DNA, your divine nature, that spark of youth, the inspiration of a child, the imagination of a child is the impossible. They go straight into the impossible, and they begin to work and move it into ways that suit their taste and their satisfaction, very specific unto them. So I see that as the child coming forward in this soul retrieval to let you know, hey, it's a whole new world. It's a whole new life. And the thing is, if it's inside of you, it is meant to be. Release, declare. Get out from under that grip that keeps you going through that damn dang desert. No more. You're not here as a service instrument. You are here to live and to experience. And through that is sort of your act of service, your act of worship, because it's the way you value yourself. Worth stems forward from value, because worth comes from the what. Value comes from the who. So when you begin to deal with your soul, you begin to deal with your who, with your connection to yourself. Then those things, those occurrences, those opportunities and experiences begin to spring forth from that, okay? And that starts to flesh out, but it begins with meaning and it leads into purpose, and it has purpose with meaning, okay? Because it's talking about a life purpose, but you're wanting it to get into this broken bridge, unsuccessful outcome to a problem. Well, remember, I was talking about filling in those gaps and spaces, giving it that time and space, going back, checking out the Leo reading, that it's these little things that has to do with some rest and some reflecting, allowing nature to take its course. Now, at least in this country, we tend to figure on biggering, meaning you need to show that you've earned it, that you worked hard for it, that you deserve it, that type of thing. And it's almost like that will keep people from taking it away from you. But the thing is, the only you that we're talking about here is this one. So when you connect from yourself to yourself, instead of trying to connect to others, you are the whole world. You are the whole environment. When you have that synonymous connection to yourself, that's where the beauty and the synchronicities start to come. And I see your heart peeking out. See this upturned death, this stop, it was obscuring this. It was obscuring this beautiful mirror, this coming together and seeing yourself clearly, concisely, knowing exactly and precisely who you are. Not rigid, not hemmed in. Remember, the claw, that grip is released, and the root roots have taken in, but they're uprising now so that you can see and experience your preferences, experience your personality, experience your prosperity, because that's like the pump of the fountain. When all of it cuts on together and the fountain starts to run, that is the joyousness living in you. And it spawns what? More joy. It spawns ideas. It spawns relaxation and creativity. And it seems to spawn this, the torch, spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. That's that relationship with yourself. You already are a winner. You are the master of yourself. You are here not to check off boxes. You are here to check in with yourself, to step in. Just like a plane, you got to get in that box to get somewhere, right? And it's where you're going and that experience that begins to color your world. So here's where it seems to split. We've got the mending over here. Someone new is entering your life. And it has to do with a wish come true, okay? A wish made long ago, kind of like on a wing and a prayer. So I would say more than just someone new, something new maybe entering your life. It may be a new career, a new place that you're going to live, a new way of living. Like me, I went through cancer last year. And so now the little tenet that I learned from it is to treat myself the way I would like others to treat me. That was earth shaking because I had always lived to treat others the way that I would like to be treated. And not in a way that they would do it, but it's literally, it kept it easy for me to know how to keep myself in check. And here it's talking about the other way. Instead of keeping myself in check, which is back end, which is discipline, getting in on the front end and guiding, directing, and living in first person reality. Okay. So let's get you in your first person over here. You take a seat on your throne, friend, and that seems to mend everything. And it gives you the position to pin up the love. See the mending that's here? It's the banner, and the banner over you is love. It is that connection with yourself of going, I don't need things from other people. It's joyous to experience, and I am thankful for it. But you're not going out in order to try and bring in. You're saying that's where the Chiron wound is coming from. Thank you very much. I'm excited to hear this, Virgo. It's like creating a hole in order to fill it. But you're saying instead be WHOLE. When you're WHOLE, you already are filled. There don't have to be all these scars, mars, marks, holes in order to qualify as someone who is actually living life. It's that pulse that's in you. It's that passion that's rising up. It's that curiosity and creativity. It's that inspiration of a child. Healer of the ages and strategy. That sounds like a good plan, they're saying. A good plan because it's flawless. That is the perfection. And that's where all life comes from. And that brings in this beautiful, blossoming abundance. Who's here at the top looking? Interesting. So it's making me think more than just like an impossibility. It has more to do with like an enigma. Things that seem like superhuman, enigma, beyond the realm of possibility, but you're totally seeing it right before your very eyes and you're engaging with it. See, look at this bird hanging on that little tiny thread right there. Now that's impossible. It should literally just bow over and not even support the bird at all. Or kind of like bumblebees, how they can even fly with their tiny little wings. There are so many things in the animal kingdom that are full of the realm of impossibility. They're not like, well, I don't think this could happen. They just go, this is me. And they enjoy and they express it, right? This thing is not crawling around on the ground anymore or chewing on leaves. No, it is living off the nectar of life. And that's what your soul is encouraging you to do, is to get into the sweet life. Let me love you. Let me support you. Let me come alongside. And now remember, this is you and you. This is your child's soul. It is from there that all those things of life begin to stem from, okay? But first, they're wanting to connect you to life and to get that clear and harnessed on in here with you, okay? Not like that camel, not the death grip, not the obligation, not the demands, not the dictator, none of that, the parenting, the whatever. No, it's friending yourself. And that seems to really handle this fugmuggery going on over here of the older man. It's upside down. It says dealings or relationship with an older man. And it seems like a soul sucker is what it's showing up in this way. Something that just wants to like aphids, they suck the sap out of a plant, and even though it seems tiny and insignificant, they come in a horde, and they come in quickly, because as soon as that little bit of sweetness is leaking out of you, it attracts the rest of the parasites to come on in. So entertaining and engaging little discrepancies, even with yourself. I know I shouldn't, but, and then you do it anyway, right? Or letting people push you past your no, N-O, which is really your K-N-O-W. All those things begin to warp and distort the mirror. Okay. And then that starts to debilitate your strength, and it throws off the kilter of your magic map and makes things begin to spin out of control and start losing. It's like in the let's make a deal, picking the bunk door, okay? But see, you are the door. You are this channel. You are divine, and you've made it through it all. I believe that's the testimony of what that monarch did today. The ruler, right? Get on your chair, on your throne. You are the monarch. Mount up into yourself, my friend. Put on your soul clothing and go out and live, Virgo. I'm so excited you stopped by here. If you are still here, click that like, share, and subscribe. It helps us rise to the top. Also, you can leave your comments and compliments down below for me, yourself, anyone else. I would just love to know you and begin to see who's here at this channel. So you can stop back by, check out any of the zodiac, especially Leo, if that was tickling your ear, okay? And let me know. All right, talk soon.